Okay guys, so in this video we're going to talk about Netflix stock and basically what transpired today. So to give you guys, you probably, unless you guys have been living under a rock, you probably already know that Netflix stock got absolutely crushed today. So we kind of just take a look at what basically took place here. We can see that the stock was down 35% and it was literally shed $122. The stock is down 122 points off its price and now trading around $100 billion market cap. So literally in one day, Netflix has turned from a growth stock into a value stock. But there's several reasons why I believe that this is a great dip buying opportunity. We're going to get into that in this video, guys. Before I get into the video, guys, I want you guys to smash the heck out of the subscribe button and press the thumbs up button as well. If he really helps out with the algorithm, guys, so more people can hear this content. So let's kind of quickly go over the kind of rundown of what's going on, and I'm going to kind of poke holes in a lot of these arguments. So we take a look here at this article on CNBC Make It. It says Netflix is losing hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and it may make two major changes to help it bounce back. Shares plunge, and this is the first time that the company has reported losing subscribers since 2011. So obviously, a lot of people lost money on the stock today, but the good news is that a lot of people actually gained money as well. So it was kind of a two-way street. So to talk a little bit about those losses, we can see here that Bill Ackman, he was one of the biggest proponents of Netflix. He believed in Reed Hastings. This guy, he likes, he's kind of a little bit of a corporate raider. He likes to kind of buy stocks and big tech and things like that, or companies that are kind of beaten down. He actually waved the white flag and he dumped all of his Netflix stock today. So he took basically a massive $400 million loss. And I think the reason why he simply got out is he just dumped his $3 million. He just simply says, okay, the subscribers are going down. So when subscribers go down, that's kind of similar to what we saw with a lot of people kind of turning away from Meta. People are running for the exit. But in this video, guys, we're going to look a little bit deeper, okay? Because, you know, when I kind of give my opinion on stocks like this, I'm not thinking right now. I'm thinking what's going to happen in 2024, 2025, and 2030. And I understand why Bill Ackman is running for the exit. Okay, guys, you know, he's investing, you know, $20 billion. He doesn't want to risk his capital in kind of, you know, bets that he's unsure about. And that's completely fine. But for some of you guys out there, I know some of you guys are out there, you guys are in your 20s or 30s or so. Netflix is a wonderful, wonderful long-term opportunity. We're going to talk about this exactly why. But on the flip side of things, let's talk about some of the gains. So for some of you guys out there that were smart, you guys know how to play options, and I talked a lot about this in the past on selling covered calls to generate income. Here's a great story. Someone turned 5Gs into $100,000 overnight trading puts. So the way to trade puts on earnings is simply buying at a very, very, very reasonable strike price below the actual market value when you're buying that option, and then you want to buy those options that are closing at the end of the week. So this is a way that you can turn $5,000, $100,000. Now this can go against you as well, guys. So if you bet $5,000, there are people that probably bought calls thinking that Netflix would pop, and they pretty much lost everything. So be careful with this strategy. Don't invest money that you can't afford to lose. I learned this the hard way. I had a very nice Robinhood account loaded with Tesla shares back in 2020, and I absolutely blew it up trading options. So I like to trade options in separate accounts. I don't like to trade options in my main account because I don't want to blow it up. So we're going to talk a lot about trading options in Q2 this year moving forward, because I think that there's going to be a lot of volatility due to what's basically going on in the world right now. So, guys, we got to take a look at this quarterly report, okay? We can't just say, oh, you know, the stock's plummeting, let's get out. Let's dig a little bit deeper and see what's going on. So if we actually take a look at the actual revenue numbers and the actual subscriber growth, we can see that actually Netflix is doing quite well, okay? So we take a look at revenue. Revenue was up, okay? That's a record high. And we can see that the company actually posted a $3.53 per share and had wonderful net income, guys. Okay, did $1.5 billion in net income. But I know what you guys are saying. Oh, okay, the company's on track to lose subscribers. Well, let's take a closer look, what actually caused the loss of these subscriptions. So if we kind of dig into this report, we can see exactly what happened to cause this loss. So I hope you guys can see this on your end, but it says right here, paid net additions were negative 200,000 compared to against our guided forecast of 2.5 million and 4 million the same quarter. The suspension of our service in Russia and winding down of all Russian paid subscriptions resulted in a negative 700,000 paid subscriptions. Excluding the Russia conflict, paid additions actually increased by 500,000. So what is going on right here? Okay, the company is probably going to forecast that subscriptions are going to come down. But if you take away Russia, guys, Russia and Ukraine are in a war right now, okay? This isn't a political channel, but a lot of companies are pulling out of Russia. It has nothing to do with whether they believe, Putin's right or whatever. They're just pulling out, right? They don't want to get involved, right? It's not a political channel. We're not going to talk about politics here. We're only going to talk about finance and how do you guys have a great lifestyle. But if you guys take away the Russia impact, the company still grew their subscriptions. So, what we're looking at here is we're looking at a completely overreaction in the market, okay? Now, if we take a look, how many subscribers does Netflix have, guys? Netflix still has 221 million paid subscribers. They actually grew their subscribers if you just exclude Russia. So what's the overreaction? Why is everyone dumping the stock? I don't get it. It just seems like we're just in a time where people are, stocks are trading like cryptocurrencies. And I really believe that Netflix is going to figure out a way to fix a lot of the problems and a lot of the issues that's been going on with the company. Another big issue with Netflix, guys, account sharing, okay? Account sharing has been a massive problem. And as you can see here, they talk about the more effective monetization of multi-household sharing. So there are around 100 million households in the world that are sharing accounts. So as you can see here, it says, in addition to our 222 million paying households, we estimate that Netflix is being shared by over 100 million additional households. So how account sharing was cool at first. Now the competition is hitting up. Netflix can no longer afford account sharing. So where you've got like maybe, people, friends, where they live in different households or family members in different households. We know more Americans are living alone than ever. And I'm pretty sure those trends are going to continue in other countries as well because, you've got a lot of inflation out there and things like that. So that's around 100 million additional subscribers that they can add. So let's say that they can cut the account sharing in half, okay? There's always going to be people that are going to, steal passwords, share passwords, and things like that. Let's say out of these 100 million, they can figure out that they can keep like maybe 20 to 25 million. Okay, so that adds another 25 million to the subscribers right there. Now they're pushing 250. So the thing is that the difference between Netflix and a company like Meta is Netflix is not dependent on advertising. The company is still getting consistent revenue from subscribers. I'm still a Netflix subscriber. I've had my Netflix subscription for years. I'm not going to cancel it because even though I don't watch as much streaming TV as I used to, I think it's really handy when you want it. So now let's take a look at the actual chart. So like I said, guys, it looks like Netflix has turned into a solid value play at a PE ratio of 20. This is a fantastic opportunity to jump in, okay? Netflix is not going to go up like Tesla. You're not going to see 50, 60, 70% compounded annual growth. But I still believe that Netflix isn't going anywhere. More competition to streaming isn't the problem. It's just that Netflix has been a little bit relaxed on this whole account sharing issue, and you really don't have any other company in the world that lets people share an account, okay? With Facebook, you have your own account. With Amazon, you have your own account. So Netflix needs to kind of change their perspective on this. Everyone needs to get their own account. You really shouldn't be sharing your account with anyone. It's ridiculous, right? One account for one person, right? If my name's on that account, I should be the one paying the bill. I shouldn't have someone that lives in a different house or maybe even in a different country using the same account. Everyone should get their own account. So that's just my opinion here. I'm still long Netflix. No reason to panic. This stock was $700 just a few months ago. Are you kidding me? You're telling me that Netflix stock is worth literally like over just half as much, when literally the Russia headwind has basically been the biggest concern in the account sharing problem, which I believe Reed Hastings will fix. So guys, I'm going to be jumping into Netflix this week, adding back to my position. I actually closed out my position initially here because I just wanted to take some profits. I initially bought in the early 200s. I believe I bought. Okay, so I initially had loaded up on Netflix. I believe I loaded up right around this dip here, in this range right here in the 200s. And then I ended up selling in this dip here. Should have sold here at 700, got greedy. I ended up closing out here. Now it's time for me to jump back in, okay? There's a lot of long-term support, as you guys can see on the chart. Now we're doing a little bit of technical analysis. There's long-term support for Netflix stock. If you can see here, you can take a look at this on your screen. We have around $220. There's a long-term support all the way back to December 18th. So I think this is a great time to get in. Most of the people that don't believe in Netflix anymore, they ran for the exits today. So now the only people holding now are true long-term holders. I think they'll turn things around. We could see $700 in the next year or so, next year to 2 years, once Netflix fixes this account sharing problem and hopefully the conflict in Russia resolves. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed my content, please smash the red subscribe button. Stay tuned for more videos. That's all I got. Until next time, guys. Take care.